Hello, English learners. My name is Sarah, and I'm an English teacher of English the Podcast, here to help you speak more confidently and naturally. Many of you have been asking for more guided pronunciation practice, so today that's exactly what we're doing, more shadowing practice. Shadowing is one of the most powerful techniques you can use to improve your spoken English. It helps you work on pronunciation, rhythm, stress, and overall flow so that your speech sounds smoother and more natural. In simple terms, shadowing means listening to a fluent speaker and repeating what they say, focusing not just on the words but on how they say them. You pay attention to tone, intonation, connected speech, and the music of English. When you practice this consistently, you begin to build strong speaking habits. Your mouth becomes more comfortable with natural English patterns, and your confidence starts to grow. So, whether your goal is clearer pronunciation, better rhythm, improved sentence stress, or sounding more fluent in conversations, shadowing practice is going to help you move closer to that goal. In today's lesson, I'll be modeling standard American English pronunciation, and I'll guide you step by step so you know exactly what to listen for and how to repeat it. If that sounds helpful to you, then you're in the right place. Let's get started. First, I'm going to give you time to repeat after me, phrase by phrase, from a short story. After you've practiced repeating on your own, I'll invite you to shadow along with me. At the end, we'll say the entire story together. Repeating means you speak after I finish. Shadowing means you speak at the same time as me, matching my tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. This combination will reinforce everything and help you sound more natural. Okay, let's begin. Early this morning. Early this morning. I woke up before my alarm. I woke up before my alarm. I checked the time. I checked the time. It was 6:15. It was 6:15. I jumped out of bed. I jumped out of bed. Before we shadow this section altogether, I want to point out the different pronunciations of the ed ending again because we have several verbs here. We have woke, which is irregular, so no ed there. But we also have checked and jumped. Now remember, there are three pronunciations of the ed ending: d sound, t sound, and id sound. Checked, checked. That one ends with a t sound. Jumped, jumped. That one ends with a d sound. Can you hear the difference? Checked, jumped. Now, when we say these quickly in natural speech, we don't overpronounce them. We don't say I checked the time. No, that would sound unnatural. Instead, we lightly think of the t sound at the end of checked. Checked the time. Checked the time. You might barely hear the T, but it's there. Now with jumped. Jumped out of bed. Jumped out of bed. Again, you may not strongly hear the d, but you need to have the intention of saying it so it doesn't sound like present tense, I jump out of bed. That would change the meaning. So just think d. Jumped. Jumped. Okay, now let's shadow this whole section together. Say it with me. Early this morning, I woke up before my alarm. I checked the time. It was 6:15. I jumped out of bed. Great! I hurried to the kitchen. I hurried to the kitchen. I poured a cup of coffee. I poured a cup of coffee. I burned my toast. I burned my toast. All right, before we shadow, let's talk about pronunciation here. First, hurried. Hurried. This one has the id ending. Hurried, hurried. You hear that extra syllable at the end. Hurry-ed. That's the third ed pronunciation, id. Now, poured, poured. That's a d sound ending. Poured. But notice something interesting. In American English, poured-a connects together. Poured a cup, poured a cup. It almost sounds like poured a cup. That's connected speech. Now, burned, burned. Again, d ending. Burned my, burned my. In fast speech, it might sound like burn my. Now let's shadow this section together. I hurried to the kitchen, I poured a cup of coffee, and burned my toast. Good. As I rushed out the door, I realized I forgot my keys. I realized I forgot my keys. Let's pause there. Rushed, rushed. That's a t ending. Again, don't overpronounce it. Rushed out, rushed out. Notice how the t blends into out. Now, realized, realized. That's a d ending. Realized. In fast speech, it sounds like realized die. And then forgot, forgot. Notice in American English that T at the end is often a stop T. Forgot, forgot. Your tongue stops the air, but you don't release it strongly. Now let's shadow this whole sentence. As I rushed out the door, I realized I forgot my keys. Excellent. Let's now say everything from the beginning together. Early this morning, I woke up before my alarm. I checked the time. It was 6:15. I jumped out of bed. I hurried to the kitchen. I poured a cup of coffee and burned my toast. As I rushed out the door, I realized I forgot my keys. Great work so far. We'll continue building the story in the next section. So I turned around, I ran back inside, I searched the table, I checked the counter, I looked under the couch. All right, before we shadow this section together, let's talk about a few pronunciation details. First, turned, turned. That's a D ending. Turned around, turned around. Notice how turned around connects. It almost sounds like turned around. The D blends into the next word. Now, searched, searched. That's a T ending. Searched the table, searched the table. Again, don't overpronounce the T. Just think T. Searched the table. Now, checked and looked. Checked, looked. Both have T endings. Checked the counter, looked under the couch. Notice how looked under connects. Looked under, looked under. In fast speech, it may sound like looked under. The T links to the next vowel sound. Now let's shadow this whole section together. Say it with me. So I turned around, I ran back inside, I searched the table, I checked the counter, I looked under the couch. Good. Finally, I found them. They were in my jacket pocket. I must have dropped them there last night. All right, let's pause again. First, found, found. Notice the ow sound. Found. Make sure it's not found. It's found. Now, jacket pocket, jacket pocket. In American English, that T in jacket often becomes a stop T. Jacket, jacket. So when we say it quickly, jacket pocket, it almost sounds like jack-a-pocket. Now listen to this phrase, must have, must have. In natural speech, this becomes must have, must have. I must have dropped them. And here we have another ed ending. Dropped, dropped. That's a T ending. Dropped them. Notice how dropped them connects. Dropped them, dropped them. In fast speech, it can sound like drop them or even drop them. Now listen to the full sentence naturally. I must have dropped them there last night. Pay attention to last night. Last night. That T at the end of last blends into night. Last night. Last night. You don't strongly release the T. Okay, let's shadow this section together. Finally, I found them. They were in my jacket pocket. I must have dropped them there last night. Excellent progress. Let's continue in the final section. I hurried down the stairs. I hurried down the stairs. I locked the door behind me. I locked the door behind me. I walked quickly to my car. I walked quickly to my car. I started the engine. I started the engine. All right, before we shadow this section together, let's look at pronunciation again. First, hurried. Hurried. That's the id ending. Hurried. You hear that extra syllable, hurry-id. Hurried down. Hurried down. Now, locked. Locked. That's a T ending. Locked the door. Locked the door. Notice something interesting. In American English, locked the often connects. Locked the. Locked the. It may sound like locked the very quickly. Don't overpronounce the T. Just think T. Now, walked. Walked. Also a T ending. Walked quickly. Notice how walked quickly connects. Walked quickly. Walked quickly. The T blends into the next word. Now started. Started. This is the id ending again. Star-id. Started. That extra syllable is important. Started the engine. And notice the engine. The engine. Because engine begins with a vowel sound, we say the engine. The engine, not the engine. Okay, let's shadow this section together. I hurried down the stairs. I locked the door behind me. I walked quickly to my car. I started the engine. Great. As I drove away, I noticed the traffic was heavy. I noticed the traffic was heavy. Cars were lined up at the light. Cars were lined up at the light. I tapped my fingers on the steering wheel. I tapped my fingers on the steering wheel. All right, let's pause again. First, noticed. Noticed. That's a T ending. Notice how it sounds. No-tist. Noticed the traffic. Now, traffic was. Traffic was. In fast speech, that blends together. Traffic was. Now, lined up. Lined up. That's a D ending. Lined up. The D connects to the vowel sound in up. Lined up. And tapped. Tapped. T ending. Tapped my fingers. Notice how tapped my connects. Tapped my. It may sound like tap my. And steering wheel. Steering wheel. Stress on the first syllable. Steering wheel. Now let's shadow this whole section together. As I drove away, I noticed the traffic was heavy. Cars were lined up at the light. I tapped my fingers on the steering wheel. Excellent. Suddenly, the light turned green. Suddenly, the light turned green. The cars moved forward. The cars moved forward. I followed them carefully, and I finally arrived at work. Let's go over a few final pronunciation points. Turned. Turned. D ending. Turned green. Again, that D connects. Turned green. Now moved. Moved. D ending. Moved forward. And notice forward. Forward. In American English, this is often pronounced forward, not forward. Now, followed, followed. Id ending. Follow-id. Followed them. And finally, arrived. Arrived. The ending. Arrived at work. Notice arrived at. Arrived at. The D connects to the vowel sound. Now let's shadow this final section together. Suddenly, the light turned green. The cars moved forward. I followed them carefully, and I finally arrived at work. Excellent shadowing practice today. Keep focusing on those id endings, the stop T, and connected speech. The more you train your ear and your mouth together, the more natural your English will sound. Thank you so much for staying with me all the way to the end of this lesson. I truly hope this shadowing practice helped you feel more confident and more aware of your pronunciation. I'll continue creating more shadowing videos because I know how powerful this method is for improving fluency and natural speech. Make sure to check out my shadowing playlist, which I update regularly with new practice sessions. There are many more coming soon. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments what you want me to focus on next. Is there a specific sound, word, or pronunciation rule that feels difficult for you? Do you struggle with connected speech, fast conversations, intonation, or sentence stress? Or maybe you'd like me to include more phrasal verbs, idioms, or everyday expressions in our shadowing stories so you can improve vocabulary and pronunciation at the same time. Let me know.